if you would like go up to them and ask very politely, how much is this book? Half the time they wouldn't even look up. I always imagined I would be like that if I owned a bookstore. And you could just crawl around in there and you would find stuff. They didn't know what they had. If you could get his attention, he'd make up a price. But the price would be like 40 cents. So I like that.
Author Fran Lebowitz on her experience of spending time in bookstores in New York City. She is in the documentary, The Booksellers, which takes you inside the somewhat eccentric and really fascinating world of those who sell and collect rare books. D.W. Young is the film's director, and Peter Bolte, I should have asked you that before we were on camera, is the director of photography, who is also a St. Louisan. Thanks so much for stopping by, you guys. I know your film is going to be screened later this afternoon, and we'll give our viewers some information on that. So in the film, someone says at one point, there was an area known as Book Row in New York City, and it used to be an area that housed more than 40 bookstores. And today, there's only one standing strand.
Yeah, of the original ones. There's one other Alabaster that's in the same area, but it's a late edition. It's not one of the original ones.
So, what made you want to do a film about rare books and collectors? And
well, the project originated with one of our producers, Dan Wexler, who is also a rare book dealer, and he had always felt like this was a great topic for a documentary, and it had never been done. And at some point, he brought that up with Judith Mizrachi and myself, and we immediately took to the idea and agreed with him, and that was sort of where it all started.
you know, I think that if anyone is a lover of books, they will love this film. And it's such an interesting world. And many people who you interviewed in the film said, you think of rare book collectors, sellers as men in tweed suits. But I love how you took us through the history, and there was a man who for many decades dominated, but there were also two women who for many decades dominated in the rare book world. And now the face of those collectors are so different, it's so diverse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you could say the trade is as diverse as
Well, maybe not
you might like
as
it
much.
to be, but I think the newer generation certainly is opening it up to a lot more different areas of interest, and there's a real interest in getting more people involved. So I think it's opening up.
Peter, you're the director of photography. Welcome back to St. Louis, by the way.
Thank you.
So
June 15th.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. How did the two of you? How long have you known each other, and how did you get involved in this project?
We met through. I was the director of photography in a film called Casting By, which premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival, and we met vicariously through another person at another film festival, and he came out to interview for a position on the job or on the film, and we put all these pieces together, and that was in 2010-ish.
I think 11 maybe
for the edit. And then we've collaborated on and off each other's work since.
And do you guys have any upcoming projects that you'll be working together on, possibly?
I mean, he has things in the works. I do as well.
So you can live anywhere these days. I mean, St. Louis also becoming known for, making great films.
And the food here is amazing.
And the food is amazing, yes.
The restaurants.
Yes, and hopefully you're taking him out to some great places.
Barbecue for lunch is
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Absolutely. So what would you like people to get out of this film? Because for me, part of it is kind of heartbreaking because of technology, and it really has killed that industry.
Well, I think, one thing we would obviously like to impart is just why physical books, have value and are worth keeping around in ways that people may not even appreciate. But even in the other rare book sense, it's, I think, to convey a little bit why the work that these people do is important and a little bit unrecognized outside their, narrow area of specialization.
Well, you can see the Booksellers this afternoon at 2:30 at the Tivoli. You can also meet the two of you, right?
Yes, we will be there.
Okay. We will be there for Q&A.
Yeah, for
and
Q&A.
I also have a short film playing Tuesday evening at the stage,
Oh.
KDHX stage. It's 7:30 p.m.
Okay, thank you so much, Peter. DW, I love this documentary.
Thanks.
So I highly recommend seeing it today at 2:30 in Tivoli. We'll be right back.